Welcome to the channel. I finally got all the essences from the last update. These were probably the most annoying to get so far. And, to be honest, basically all the tips on how to get them quickly didn't work for me. The loyalty bonus didn't make up for it either. I just did various activities, even all achievements from the new event. So let me ask you, have you already done it? Have you got any problems with this Survivor's Bane? Is it worth to make video about it? It seems to me that this is an almost hands-free event, but maybe I'm wrong and people still have problems with it. Just let me know. And since we have a lot to discuss about new essences, I also wanted to include an extremely quick build in this video, NecroLancer. Definitely my choice when it comes to quick farming. So without further ado, let's get started. I would like to start the analysis with the new essence of the head. So far nobody got idea how to use it properly, pushing this essence into new builds. However, a 10% chance is not very significant, and we can't expect efficient results to maintain Corpse Lance. But there is one essence that synergizes very well. Do you remember old good Lance Storm? Lance Storm, along with the new head essence, is really the only essence that fits perfectly because Storm is continuous damage, hitting target many times. That's why we can maintain the effect endlessly. Obviously, the more targets, the more corpses. Nevertheless, this synergy will be good for another build. We won't use it for quick farm. The next essence is the Legs essence for Dark Curse. Here many people are disappointed with the low damage, and in fact it is actually negligible. However, apart from the damage, this skill has a huge range and creates a large number of corpses. So later in the video I will show you how to utilize it just to get its advantage. And of course we can extend the duration, along with the old shoulder essence. And finally everyone's favorite, the new offhand essence for Lance. And I must admit that on the one hand I am a little disappointed that it doesn't work like Arcane Torrent. But on the other hand we received a really solid skill essence. Generally, the new Lance is very similar to the basic version. The difference is that you don't have to target, because the Lance now randomly attacks all nearby targets, although damage is calculated differently. The first damage is definitely stronger for the new Lance, but each subsequent one for the same target is much more reduced than for the vanilla form. Nevertheless, new Lance is much more reliable in case of doing area damage, so it's definitely a very useful essence for fast farming build. And before I show you what essences are included in this build, I would like you to pay special attention to the legendary gems. Basically, this combination is useful for every class in the game, so it's worth getting it. First, Blessed Pebble, a very underrated 1-star gem. This is part of the Pain clasp awakening, but beneficial duration is something what you really want to have. Next is Igneous Scorn. Causes an explosion every 6 seconds. A very good solution for quickly getting rid of the entire pack. But on top of that, its second bonus, which is additional damage, activates second bonus of Blessed Pebble. So the synergy of these two gems is very underestimated. Rather, everyone wants to run faster, but I am not sure whether bottled hope overwrites this effect or not. Still, Blessed Pebble activates more often. Volatility Shard is also an interesting solution, but much worse than Ignis Scorn. Now we can move on to the essences. I use Rotten Zombies as my first skill. They work in the background and have an aura that applies all the necessary effects. In general, having them is simply convenient, along with other essences. The next skill is the new Dark Curse along with the Legs essence. I believe that it is necessary to extend the duration, as well as adding armor essence to increase critical chance. And although the damage of the curse is low, it is a great activator of legendary gems. So apart from the gems I have mentioned, it is worth using Viper, Torment, and Seeping Bile here. That's how you effectively utilize this essence. I use a regular Wrath form to move quickly, along with the essence of the main hand to reduce cooldown. Although it does not show the curse animation when in Wrath form, but it works. If for some reason you don't have enough damage to defeat opponents this way, Bone Armor will be an alternative. This build includes skeleton warriors, so whichever one you choose is up to you. Unfortunately, we are unable to extend the duration, so only Blessed Pebble will be helpful. With all that being said, everything works so well that sometimes I forget about using Lance. But of course it is in this build. I mainly use it against elite mobs. So Lance Salvo along with offhand essence. And here it's really a pity that we still have to spam the button to use this skill. It really could have been something like Wizard's skills. But after all, it's still not bad. A Necromancer finally can be fast. If we're talking about the basic attack, it's practically unused in this build, so I won't dwell on it. But when it comes to the green set items, then for pieces of Isatar and to pieces of Vithis are necessary. I also use the pieces of the Banquet. When it comes to legendary gems, it's basically what I mentioned earlier. Here I have Voice Bark as auxiliary gem for BSJ, since my movement speed is cap anyway. When it comes to the Paragon Tree, I use Warden to increase movement speed. Rugged increases your size, but it also increases speed. With all that being said, I'm rather positive about the new essences, and I hope the episode sheds some light on them. This video took some time to make, so I will be grateful if you click the like button. It helps a lot to grow the channel. And if you are not a subscriber yet, consider it. It's worth to be up to date with new things. That's it. As always, thanks for watching.